This is 252 Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews in pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story. Angela.
Netflix's decision to cancel Marvel Daredevil was a surprise. No one even knew it was coming. Not the stars, not the Marvel executives, not even the writers, who were already laying out the plans for the next chapter of Daredevil stories.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Come on. I mean, arguably, I thought season 3 was probably their best season. Mm-hmm. You know, they really kind of went into the minutia of Daredevil, and I think Charlie Cox was a great on-screen Daredevil. Because the other one we had was Ben Affleck, which we all agree was not that good.
Well, we did have a guy in the 1980s.
Oh yeah, we did.
The Hulk, was it?
Yeah, the trial of the Hulk.
Trial. He just wore the thing over his eyes.
And the guy that didn't like Lee, I don't like cops. He was Thor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But going back to what I said, we've already talked about it before when they canceled Iron Fist and they canceled Luke Cage.
Right.
We're pretty much thinking that Marvel's about to use all of these shows and these characters and throw them on their streaming service, the Disney Plus. This news story coming out says that Marvel was taken surprised by it, which I don't know. It seems shady.
It seems very suspicious.
They got gold and they're canceling it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think it's because they want that to be their own. They want to make all the money off of it. They don't want to share it with Netflix anymore. Mm-hmm. Right? They just want it. They want subscribers. They're gonna get subscribers because they already have that in-house Disney fandom.
Right.
People still. You know how much it is to go to Disneyland right now?
Whew.
No idea.
It's very, very, very expensive.
Yeah.
They keep raising the.
Keep raising the rates.
Keep raising.
All right. Marvel Studios is fast-tracking Shang-Chi to be its first superhero movie tentpole franchise with an Asian protagonist. The studio has sent Chinese-American scribe Dave Callahan to write the screenplay, and Marvel is already looking at a number of Asian and Asian-American directors who want to do something as potentially monumental as was accomplished in Marvel's first viable Best Picture candidate, Black Panther.
I am all behind this, and I really want. What's his?
Jet Li.
Not Jet. Justin. Justin Lin.
Oh, Justin Lin.
I really hope he gets the opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, he only directed a couple, of those Fast and Furious movies, and hey, I like that.
That's all he had to do, man. Direct those, they were good.
I love Shang-Chi, but mostly because Michael Golden was drawing for a long time.
Great artist.
What a great artist. Also did the Nam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was Shang-Chi Marvel's answer to Bruce Lee?
Oh, of course it was.
Hey, I just wanted to put it out there, all right? Everybody knows.
Exactly.
He looked like Bruce Lee.
It looked like him with the Chinese connection. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah. But with that being said, it was a lot of, I want to say, backlash a couple years ago and I don't even understand why, but Marvel got a lot of backlash when they didn't have an Asian American playing Iron Fist, which was weird because
why? He's not.
Exactly, he's not Asian American. He was a white guy in the comic books, but they were saying you have an opportunity. Yeah. You had a great opportunity.
I don't like it when people try to strong arm something. It's
And
we made this up.
Yeah, and I get that, and I get that argument too, and that's why where before they've done a lot of gender switching, and we've talked about this before. They do a lot of gender switching, they do a lot of race switching before, and it does seem to come out of nowhere. But Nick Fury, there was no reason except they wanted Samuel L. Jackson. They didn't explain shit. They didn't
did
say
a great job.
And
there's an entire generation of people who think Nick Fury is a black guy.
And in my opinion, it's the creator's decision.
Oh. Sorry.
There's multiple generations who didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, why would you know? You didn't read Howling Commandos.
I didn't read Howling Commandos.
Thank you.
But what I'm saying is, it's the creator's decision to, do whatever they want with the characters they created. I mean, get out of here with we're gonna PC you to death.
Yeah.
And it's art. Let the artists do their
At the end of
art,
the day,
or it's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If I want to shit on a canvas.
And then again, Iron Fist was bad, and I don't even think if they had an Asian person,
it wouldn't have saved it.
It wouldn't have saved it.
Asian Jesus wouldn't have saved it. The outside lawyers were told by multiple people that CBS had an employee who was on call to perform oral sex on Les Moonves. According to the draft report, why is this news?
Yeah.
Why is it?
A number of employees were aware of this and believed that the woman was protected from discipline or termination as a result of it. How do we know it was a woman?
Okay.
Well, because it was.
What is Les Moonves?
Yes, and
Les Moonves was the he ran CBS. And just recently a bunch of stories came out about him, about what he was doing in the office, and part of the whole Me Too thing. And what happened was Les Moonves had to step down. Now Les Moonves is also married to Julie Chen. Julie Chen excuse me. And she even was calling herself, after all the stuff came out, Julie Moonves, which she's always gone by.
Standing by her man.
He just had a fluffer then. That's all.
Yeah, but now when she was standing behind him during all the stuff that came out, and there was a lot that came out about him. He had to step down. She even stepped down of the show she was doing. What was that? The Talk. She had a daytime talk show.
She was on a daytime talk show with
some other yentas, and they were yucking it up. And she moved from that. Now with this new thing, now they're asking her, Julie, now.
What do you think about the on-call fluffage?
Because that would be what that was, right? A fluffer?
Well, it would.
Hey, Angela, what's a fluffer?
I don't know. Don't know.
Well, you keep bringing up fluffer. What is that?
But you said it's an employee, so I was just.
Is that spelled with an F or a PH?
I would have to say this would be a great segue to talk about this week's review. Ralph breaks the internet.
Does that person fluff or?
I thought Les Moonves was like some weird TV show I hadn't seen.
No.
I thought that was the code word for fluffer, but hey.
Can't stop
And that's a
fluffing.
bumper. This week's review, Ralph breaks the internet. Video game bad guy Ralph and fellow misfit Vanellope von Sweets must risk it all by traveling to the World Wide Web in search of a replacement part to save Vanellope's video game, Sugar Rush.
Yeah.
In way over their heads, Ralph and Vanellope rely on the citizens of the internet, the netizens, to help navigate their way, including an entrepreneur named Yes, who is the head of an algorithm and the heart and soul of trend-making site BuzzTube.
I like this movie. I didn't even take the kids. No, I'm kidding. No. We all liked it. We all enjoyed the heck out of it, and we all kind of cried a little bit. I would say
I
squirted a few tears.
It's so funny because it started to get to me.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, I took
I do too, but
my 6-year-old to see it.
Yes.
I took my 6-year-old.
It's not Disney.
We went to go see it. He was like, "Daddy, I'm about to cry." I was like, "Yeah, son, I'm
Did somebody
feeling it."
die?
He knew it was coming up.
Well, I mean, no spoilers.
Sorry,
but
you're right.
you know, you had the talents of who is it? Sarah Silverman.
It is the internet.
Is it John C. Reilly?
John C. Reilly.
Yeah. There's a lot of good voice talent in this.
Taraji P. Henson and Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Which
that was
really good
impressive.
cast. And you know, there's a part.
Gal
it was
Gadot.
Gal Gadot. I thought it was Gadot.
We all did, but it's Gadot.
Okay, Gal Gadot. I like Gal Gadot. It's not really a spoiler because they show it in the previews. But there's one part where Vanellope ends up in this room with all of the Disney princesses. And
don't even talk about it, man. It's so good.
It's the one thing that I want to say about this is all the Disney princesses, and when you go and look in the credits, it's all the original voice actors who played it. So you have this whole line of Disney princesses, and
everybody sounds like they sound.
Because you got Ariel in it and Belle, and it's like, oh wow, it's a really good job. The person who's doing it sounds just like Ariel did.
I think Snow White's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that movie was made in the late 30s?
Yeah, early 40s, I think, late 30s.
Okay.
Ralphie D recommends True Romance, the movie and the feelings. A comic book nerd and Elvis fanatic, Clarence, played by Christian Slater, and a prostitute named Alabama, fluffer on the side, Patricia Arquette, fall in love. Clarence breaks the news to her pimp and ends up killing him. He grabs a suitcase of cocaine on his way out, thinking it is Alabama's clothing. The two hit the road for California, hoping to sell the cocaine, but the mob is soon after them. You could not make this movie nowadays.
You know what's so great? I didn't even read the second part of that letter. Floyd smoked it.
Floyd smoked it. All I got is Floyd.
Great cast.
I
Great
love. No, I can't think of his name.
James Gandolfini.
Father.
Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper played Clarence's father. He was alive during
Who was the gangster he was talking to?
Oh, Christopher Walken.
That was.
Okay.
I love that
scene.
exchange.
Oh man, that scene was the best.
Yeah, awesome.
You're great grandmother. And had half babies, which makes you half eggplant.
Oh, wow.
I remember being completely offended and entertained at the same time, looking at these two Hollywood heavyweights going at it. And then the best look is when Christopher Walken was like, and he looked back at his boys and like, did you just hear what this guy just said to me? Then he grabbed the gun. Pow! Pow! I haven't killed the guy since 1987.
But don't forget about Dennis Hopper's portrayal when he sat there and he's like, so if that's the truth, tell me, am I lying? I mean, come on, his stone cold in that.
Yeah, because he knew
he was about to get popped.
I would have to
save
say,
his son.
Great writing by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Directed by
Tony Scott.
Great cast, even Brad Pitt with as small. You know, they say there's no small.
No small roles, only small actors.
Yeah. Brad Pitt had the smallest goddamn role.
And he still made an impression.
And then years and years and years later, Quentin Tarantino puts it in a movie where he stars in the whole thing.
And Elvis, played by Val Kilmer.
Like Clarence, always have, always will.
I'm Ralphie D, and that's news to me.
I'm Coolwater Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We'd like to hear what you think. Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
I'm Johnny Blaze. I'd like to send a shout out to my man AM at Comics Most Wanted. Like him, subscribe, follow him. And this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
And for that wonderful snack, Fluffer Nutter Butter, this is 252.
Donis, pull yourself together.